Hello everyone, Rurikhan here coming at you with another first impressions video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Ragnarok Odyssey Ace. Now those of you who've been following the channel for some time now know that this is a title that I've had my eye on because I had the original Ragnarok Odyssey for the Vita and I had a lot of fun with it, and it was a title that I really enjoyed. So recently I got sent a review code to take a look at this version of the title. This is on the PlayStation 3. And also, people in Europe, I'm sorry to report, but currently this game is only available on the North American store. So there's that. Once again, I'm sorry that I have to be the bearer of bad news, but that is kind of the way that these things go. As a matter of fact, the very first Ragnarok Odyssey, I had to import that one because it also took quite a bit to actually come out in Europe. Now, this is actually the second time I'm recording this video because I messed up the first time around for whatever reason. I didn't record any gameplay at all. So let's hope that I don't miss anything. So for starters, I'm going to switch my set here to the Hammersmith, and I will be explaining what that means in a couple of seconds. But just have a look at this area here. This is where you start the game. These characters here, these three characters give you kind of a little bit of lore information on what is going on in the world. The basic premise of the game is that there are these monsters that showed up in the place that you are, and you have to kill them. That is pretty much all the premise that I really need. This is in the Ragnarok universe, so those of you that are familiar with maybe games like Ragnarok Online and that kind of stuff, you might be familiar with some of the terms used in this title. Me personally, I'm not that familiar with that, but I like this particular title nonetheless because this is one of those hunting games where you get quests, go outside and you hunt, very much in the same vein as Monster Hunter and Soul Sacrifice and Tokiden, that kind of style of game. So you guys know that I'm a big fan of that type of game. So let me just introduce you guys to each of the things that you have in here real fast. This chick manages the card counter, and you can buy cards off of her. Cards give you passive bonuses, and you can equip cards onto different outfits to get different benefits from those. She manages the potion counter, so here you can buy your healing potions as well as potions that restore SP, which I'm not entirely sure what SP is. This one restores AP and max AP, and yeah, you can get all kinds of different potions off of her. She manages some kind of an exchange thing that isn't available yet. And this is a recycling thing that you can toss a bunch of materials to, and you're going to get different materials off of it. So like, for instance, say that you've been hunting a certain kind of monster for quite some time and you have a ton of materials from that monster, but you don't really need them. You can toss those in there and it's going to give you a different random material. And this box here allows you to change your equipment. And this is the area for the single player quests. She manages the quest counter, so you come to her. She's going to give you quests very much in line with what you guys should know from Monster Hunter and the likes. You get different quests, you select the quest, and then you exit out that door. We will be doing that in a couple of seconds. First, I wanted to show you guys the rest of the city. So this is kind of like the city that you have available in Ragnarok Odyssey Ace. This character over here is the beauty parlor guy, so you can talk to him if you want to get like a new haircut or something for your character. This guy over here is the blacksmith. He does all the upgrading of weapons as well as selling you some weapons that you can have as well. You can refine, as you can see, and refining basically, or upgrading, what it does is it increases damage of your weapon. Pretty much that is all it does. Like if you notice here, fake two-handed sword, it has 65 attack, as well as those two skills that you see there, sword charge up in concentration level 1. If I upgrade it, it is going to change to 69 attack, and it's going to have the same skills. So you can refine weapons. It's going to cost you some materials that you can get by fighting against monsters and stuff. Then there's the tailor. The tailor manages the armors that you can get. Different armors give you a couple of different bonuses. So if you want to really min-max things, you want to pay attention to the kinds of bonuses that you can get off of each armor. So for instance, this is the outsider armor. It's going to give you high tension. Tension is a skill. Not really a skill, it's something that happens as you are building up combos in the monsters. You're going to be able to do more damage if you keep building up combos without getting interrupted or knocked down. So high tension raises the speed at which you gain tension therefore the speed at which you'll be able to do more damage, and also lowers your reset time of tension. Then there's the Bishop suit, which gives you strong sanctuary level 2. There's the Steel Arm, which gives you fast charge for the hammer if you happen to be a Hammersmith, and you guys get the idea. So each of these suits has a specific skill associated with it, and then you can add more skills on top of that by using the card system that I told you guys about. And I will show you guys how the card system works in a couple of minutes here. But just know that a majority of suits is more about, in my opinion at least, it's more about aesthetics than necessarily gains in power and stuff like that. So you'll notice that these suits change the looks of your character quite a bit. It's pretty cool. There's also mages in this game, for those of you wondering, which is something that, yeah, it's a little bit unusual, but we will see about that. I'm not going to show you guys how mages work, but I'm going to show you guys 3 classes so that you guys get an idea of how different classes work. But yeah, the tailor lets you buy different armors, and it also lets you expand armors. And what does expansion does? Expansion allows you to equip more cards. It basically increases the number of slots that your suit can hold, therefore allowing you to equip more cards or more powerful cards. Like if you notice here, my hunter suit is not equipped at all, is not expanded at all, so you will notice on the bottom, actually you'll notice on the top right there, that it's got a certain size to that green bar. That is how many cards I can actually equip. If you notice my merchant suit, it is upgraded, therefore it's got more space to put more cards in. You can also use the tailor to dye your armors to different colors if you so desire. So if you look here, there is a dye option, and if we dye the merchant suit, for instance, you can toggle triangle. You can press triangle to toggle a preview of what it's going to look like. You can see that the colors change. Currently, I only have these 4 dyes available to me, but you do get more dyes as you progress, giving you different access to different colors for all your armors and stuff. Then there's another store here, which is the item store. And in the item store, what you can buy is basically hats, and these are purely cosmetic. So you can pick whatever you want, whatever look you like the most. This would be the hunter's cap. We got the nurse's bonnet. We got the round the corner of love, which is basically your character is now holding a piece of toast in his mouth. You got fairy ears, and you got the magician's third eye, and you got just a bunch of different helmets that you can have. These, like I said, are just for cosmetic purposes. You can also dye the helms that you have. Like for instance, I have these goggles. I can dye them in different colors if I so desire. Again, I just have these colors available right now, but you can get different colors as you progress through the title. So these are essentially the main 3 things that you need to keep in mind. Blacksmith for weapons, tailor for armor and all that stuff, and item shop for the cosmetic hat. Then there's also, like I said, the beauty parlor for your hair clipping needs. I'm not sure if you can actually customize your character beyond the hair. Oh, it looks like it actually sells you different hairstyles. Thing is, I got a hat on, so I can't really see the different hairstyles that it is selling. So you probably want to go ahead and unequip your helmets before you do that stuff. Then there is the Tavern. The Tavern is for online play, so once you go to the Tavern, you can enter Tavern in online multiplayer mode. You can create a room, private room for you and your friends or whatever. You can also join your friends if they create a room. This is pretty much where you do online play. You can also go in single player, and the reason that they've put in a single player option for the Tavern is if you feel that the single player missions available normally are far too easy, you can go into the Tavern and you're going to access missions that are tuned for a higher level of difficulty. Here you have, this is your room. Here you have a crystal that you can use to change your class. This only becomes available, I believe, at a certain point after the second act, or maybe at the start of the third act. I'm not 100% sure when, but at the start of the game, you actually cannot change classes. So that is very important for you to know that the first class that you choose, you're going to be sticking with it for quite some time. I believe at around 3 to 4 hours, depending on how fast you actually go through each of the starter missions. But yeah, this allows you to change your class to Sword Warrior, Assassin, Mage, Cleric, Hunter, or Hammersmith. The classes that I will be showing you in this video are Hammersmith, Cleric, and Hunter. Then there's this closet thing. This allows you to actually build different sets so that when you change class once and then you change your equipment around, decide which weapon you want to have, which cards you want to equip, this then allows you to save that all that setup as an outfit, and that will allow you to then change outfits on the fly outside of your room. This is important because if you are on a multiplayer session and you want to change classes, if you don't have an outfit set for each of the classes, you'll have to come back to your room, change classes, then go back to your multiplayer session, which is a little bit of a pain. So let's actually get some gameplay going before I bore you guys to death. This dude over here allows you to download DLC as well as change your character's name. On the Vita, this was the guy that you could use to access the Near functionality, which consisted of you sending items over into the Near system of the Vita, and that would then distribute items across players. This allows you to listen to different musics that you can purchase with in-game currency, not real money. Although I'm not sure if you can buy music for real money as well. That might be a thing. And here is where you can save your title if your game if you want to, even though the game saves at the end of each mission. But yeah, these are all the services that you have available to you. Let's just go and do a quest now, so that I don't bore you guys to death with just basically running around the title. Let's go to Pinnacle Search. These are quests that I actually haven't done yet, and something really cool about this title, I thought, is that it actually keeps track of the quests that you've completed in multiplayer, and those will show up as completed in single player as well. So this is how you play. You have your character, you have your weapon. In this case, we are playing as the Hammersmith. You have two attack buttons, which are triangle and circle, and you will use these to build combos. This game is very much around combos. So for instance, if I do triangle, triangle, and then circle, it's going to do this attack, and then if I do just triangle, circle, circle, it is going to do a different attack, as you guys can see here. So the Hammersmith class consists of basically wielding a big hammer, and it is more about precision combat than necessarily speed, like whereas you have classes like the Assassin, which consists of just really fast slashing through your enemies. With the hammer, even though you can fast slash, kind of, because we're just fighting these silly bugs here. These are not really problematic. Usually, the Hammersmith is more of a... it feels like you need to have a little bit more precision in your combat. As you go through the game, you'll also find these boxes. They usually have hidden stuff on them. The types of things that you will be picking up from enemies range from crafting materials, upgrade materials, as well as full-fledged weapons. Whenever you see me actually pick up a sword, that is actually a full-fledged weapon. It is not necessarily a sword, just the sword is the loot symbol for that. So if you see my character just pick up a sword off the floor, that means I picked up a weapon. That weapon could be a bow, it could be a hammer, it could be a cleric, mace, and shield. Yeah, it could be a set of guitars for the assassin, whatever. It can be any weapon, but you can't pick up full-fledged weapons from the monsters, which is something that I don't think is usual on these types of titles. Like, usually you have to either craft them or upgrade them, and you can still upgrade weapons, but you can also pick up full-fledged weapons off of the monsters, which is actually pretty cool because you don't have to just like rely on crafting 100% of the time. Gives you more options, more bang for your buck, so to speak. Well, not really more bang for your buck. I don't think that expression made a whole lot of sense. As you notice, I have a status ailment on me. I'm actually poisoned, and also you will probably see me not pay too much attention to my health or status ailments. There is a potion that allows you to remove poison and stuff like that, but I'm just used to playing with the Cleric because the Cleric is the class that I've played the most. I was playing with a friend of mine, and so we were checking out like combinations of classes that both of us enjoyed, and I ended up being the one with the Cleric. And it's not just because like, oh, I drew the short straw or whatever. I actually like the moveset of the Cleric. I also like the abilities because with the Cleric you can actually heal your teammates, which is pretty cool. You can also see that the game allows you to do these crazy aerial combos, which are pretty friggin' awesome. And there's also something that you can do in the game that I will have to do now, which is why I'm mentioning it, which is Dance Leaf mode. You guys will notice that I have like this red bar next to my health there, which is fully filled. That allows me to go into this mode, which is the Dance Leaf mode, where you just like deal more damage and you life leech with every single hit. You'll notice that I am life leeching every single time I hit anything. However, you also lose health continuously while you are in this mode. So it is definitely a double-edged sword, but it's pretty cool. It's kind of like a berserker mode, so to speak. And something new that they've introduced in Ragnarok Odyssey Ace that they didn't have in the original Ragnarok Odyssey is the Ace skill cards. Now these are some special cards that you can equip that give you class-specific skills. Like in my case, I have the skill Hammerfall, which I will be doing now. I'm just gathering the monsters up here. And it is this attack. It is pretty much like a skill that does a crap ton of damage for your class. Or depending on the class, like on the case of the Cleric, it is actually healing skills, the stuff that you can do, as well as buffs for your party. But with the Hammersmith, obviously it's going to be a damage dealing skill. However, the skill takes a little bit to recover from cooldown, as you guys probably noticed there. You heard that sound. That is the skill coming off a cooldown. You can check the cooldown by looking at the button that says L1 plus X on the right side of the screen there. It is currently glowing, indicating that I can use the skill again. So let's do it. Oh, damn it. There we go. We actually took a lot of damage there. So I'm going to have to go ahead and take a potion. But yeah, you guys will notice that now that skill is on cooldown. There are different ace cards that you can get. Currently I only have the basic skills for both the Hammersmith and the Hunter, which are the two classes that I will show you apart from my main class, which is the Cleric. But on the Cleric side of things, you guys will see me actually use 3 skills. So this is essentially a lot of what the gameplay of Ragnarok Odyssey Ace is all about. You come in here, you kill a bunch of monsters, you get loot, and you then upgrade your weapons and proceed onward to fight harder monsters. There are also obviously boss fights, because I mean, if it was just about these small little dudes, the game wouldn't be very challenging now, would it? But also you guys need to keep in mind that I am playing the Hammersmith. Hammersmith is a class that just does ridiculous amounts of damage, and the game does get a lot more challenging if you play with more players, or if you just play in the Tavern mode. Wow, these are a ton of them. Get away, get away. Okay, we got Dance Leaf mode. Let's engage that. And you just life leech the crap out of everything as you engage Dance Leaf mode, which is why I'm just like spamming attacks now. Just life leech. Life leech all the enemies. You also get a lot faster dodges, as you guys could probably see there. I don't know why that achievement is a thing. Wow, there's still more? There's still 45 of these guys left. This is insane. There's a ton of them. Let's actually do the special skill. Gain a little bit of room, because the thing about playing with the Hammersmith is that you usually want to have room. You don't want to be like right on top of the enemies. You want to have room for attacking. So these little these fights are actually harder than, say, fighting a bigger creature. And all of these guys do poison. Wow, we already have Dance Leaf again. That was fast. Because we're just killing major numbers of monsters here. And we're just going to keep on slaying these guys as long as Dance Leaf allows. The way that you get Dance Leaf mode is basically killing monsters. The thing is, I'm killing so many of them because these are so small, so Dance Leaf fills up pretty damn fast. The Dance Leaf bar, that is. How many do we still have left? 7? Oh, Rurikhan, why are you killing all these cute things? Because the game tells me to. But they're so cute! I don't care. Kill all of them. Kill all the things. This, kill this guy. 2 monsters left. So it should be these 2. There we go. And that was the quest that we had to do. Let's go ahead and get the contents of this box as well. another weapon in there. And next I'm going to be showing you guys the Hunter class. Now before I show you the Hunter class, however, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of the spiel on the card system that I was talking about previously. Okay, send all to the closet and end. Yes, overwrite the saved data. Thank you very much. Now, but this is essentially like one of the typical quests from Ragnarok Odyssey Ace. Apart from boss fights, this is usually what you're doing. You're going through levels, you're killing a ton of monsters, and the most fun part of the game is when you're doing this with friends. This has up to 4-player online co-op, I believe. You can now receive more rewards in the rewards list from the Mercenary book. There's this thing, which I'm not sure if this was in the Vita version or not, the original version, which is the rewards list for completing different things. Like, for instance, I've completed 10% of the available outfits, apparently, and this is going to give me Ruffalunian and Copper Bar. Thing is, you can only claim this for one character in your game, which I'm not entirely sure what's the reasoning behind that, because it's like one character can do anything in this title after you go through the section where they allow you to switch classes. So there really is no reason for you to create multiple characters. But yeah, once again, here we have, this one has already been completed though. We have here, we've completed 20% of the weapon skill ticket. You get a weapon skill ticket because we've completed 20% of the skills. Sure, whatever. And basically the thing about it is it takes a while for them to actually save. They save every single time you do this to make sure that you don't collect the same reward twice on different characters, which I don't even know the reasoning behind it, but that's fine. So, in regards to cards, let's actually switch our outfit. We're going to be switching to the Hunter outfit. And then we can go to change equipment. Currently the bow that we have equipped is the Man Luna bow. You can switch which weapon you have equipped, and if we had picked up a bow, we would be able to switch to another bow in here, but right now I only have these weapons available to me. You also have access to different suits, like we have the merchant suit. I will tell you guys about the merchant suit later on. You can also switch your headgear. I'm currently just using these. The headgear is, like I said, it's only cosmetic. And then you have these card things that I told you guys about. So I'm going to unequip all of them. There. And you guys will notice that at the very bottom right there, you will see that has like a small little bar. And it has 30. It's like the top number of things that you can have in there is 30. Each car usually costs, the ones that I have right now cost between 5 and 20 apparently. I don't think I have anything more expensive than 20. Oh, we actually have a card here that's like on the other, like on the second page. I've been getting quite a few cards. Poison Research. This is only for assassins, so I really don't want that. So let's see the type of cards that we would want to use on a hunter. What is Unstoppable Advance? Raises tension level from the start and greatly boosts tension gain. I like it. Oh damn it! I keep pressing circle to go back. Okay, we will take this. It's going to basically occupy 15, so it's going to take 3 slots. Then we have another one. We can have 2 of these. That is pretty beastly. We just have a ton of tension from the get-go, but I don't want that. I want to actually have like crit. There was a... There we go. Crit attack up level 1. And now let's just get 2 attack ups if we can. There, 2 attack ups. And this is basically like passive bonuses that you get from selecting different cards. As you can see, there is a high level of customizability for your character, depending on the class that you play and the way that you choose to play it. Then there are other cards, which are ace cards, which have only become available in this version of Ragnarok. They weren't available previously. And you can buy those off the card counter, as you guys notice here. Like here's the Hammerfall card that I used for my Hammersmith. But now I want to buy a different card for the Hunter. Sharpshooting, a skill that is powerful but takes a bit of time to perform. I think I'll just buy both of these. Trap that adds a freeze effect to the enemies when it goes off. Fine, I'll buy both of these. There we go. And after you buy these cards, you actually still have to equip them. These are special skill cards, so these do not actually occupy space in your suit. So let's say we do Freeze Trap, we will do L1 plus Circle, and for Sharpshooting, we'll do L1 plus Square. Now we'll have 3 skills as opposed to just the one that we had with the Hammersmith. So let's see if we can actually manage to do, what quest is this? Idle Rhapsody 3. Target Hill Giant times 5. We'll have to kill 5 Hill Giants. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to finish this quest because playing the Hunter solo is a little bit more challenging, and I really like playing the Hunter, but mostly I like playing the Hunter in a multiplayer setting so that I can just stay from a little bit afar and just shoot the crap out of people. Oh crap, I was trying to just get going, but wow, so many wolves. Okay, well, we'll just do a bunch of traps here. Ah, that was sweet. That trap is awesome. The freezing trap is friggin' amazing. That is a must-have for the Hunter. Although it does seem to take a while to trigger, but that is pretty damn good. So the way the Hunter works is very much the same way that you use any of the other classes in this game, which are, they are all combo based. So different attacks will give you different combos. So for instance, we have that Grizzly over there. I didn't talk about the targeting system because with the hammer I usually don't use the targeting system all that much, but it is basically D-pad. So you press left, up, and down depending on which target you want to get, and it is going to target the target in the general direction that that you press the button. So let's see what is the Sharpshooter skill about. Oh, that is actually pretty bad. It did almost no damage. Let's go ahead with another freezing trap. I really like doing this combo. This is like 3 triangle, then circle, circle, and it does that AoE type thing, which I really, really like. Because usually if the monster is somewhat staggered or whatever, it will actually toss that monster up in the air. And I'm repeating the same combo over and over and over because I like it so much, but I need to show you guys different combos that you can do. Like for instance, I've been telling you guys that it's all combo specific, right? So let's say you do triangle, circle, this is what you get. And then you keep pressing circle obviously and you get this combo. But if you do triangle, triangle, circle, you get to do this attack. And you can, I don't think you can combo circle into triangle. No, circle into triangle doesn't work. So you have to do triangle to your starter combo and then you go into the circle. Now previously in the other Vita version, you would be able to charge your weapon with circle. I believe that you still can, some of them, but the classes that I've been using don't really seem to have that ability just yet. But some of the skills that you used to be able to do by charging your weapon are now part of this Ace skill thing. Damn it, that takes way too long to charge up. You have to use the freeze trap, otherwise you're not going to be able to do it. The thing about traps though is that they reload really fast, which is really good. So you can see why I like the Hunter so much. It's just about doing combos and just like smash. Wow, he's still alive? No, he was just falling down. When you see items come out of something, it usually means that they're about to go down. Also, I'm sorry if my voice is starting to go, because I think I've got a cold coming on, so there's that. But once you go to certain areas, you'll have the choice in which direction you want to go. Like for instance, here we could go forward or we can go to the left. This will take us to different locations. Aiming without lock-on for the Hunter though is pretty challenging, so you might want to try to focus on using lock-on with the Hunter at the very least. Now again, one of the downsides of this particular title that I can see that a lot of people are going to have an issue with is the fact that there's quite a bit of repetition. And it's like there's always going to be repetition in these titles because they want you to like farm materials for your weapons and stuff like that, so they kind of need to do the whole repetition thing. Now me personally, I don't have a big problem with it, but I know that there are a ton of players out there that have that issue, so it's really up to each individual player whether or not they're going to enjoy this kind of title. Now, me personally, I really like it. Some people might also have an issue with the art style, which, to me, again, I don't have an issue with, like, this more cartoony type, exaggerated art style, because, I mean, when I say exaggerated, just remember the size of the hammer of the character that we previously shown on screen. In reality, no man, woman, or child will ever be able to carry a weapon that size and use it. Well, maybe they would be able to carry it, but definitely not use it effectively in battle, or so I would assume. Oh, crap. Not expect that one. Let's go ahead with the traps here. Why can't I lay down another trap? Oh, interesting. The traps seem to share some form of cooldown. There we go. Oops. That was not what I was looking for. Come on, give me another freeze trap here. Freeze, 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 freeze. Oops. Run! Run for your life! Another trap. Wow, the traps do change the dynamic of the hunter quite a bit. I'm saying this because I used to play this character in the Vita version, and it was a lot harder to actually play because you wouldn't have the traps. That is something that I think they only implemented in this version of the title, although I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me. Now, I think that the quest that we're supposed to be doing is these giants that... I thought that there was one of them here, but I guess not. Which means that we will have to keep on looking and looking and looking for these damn giants. Wow, but I'm getting more into the hunter now that I'm playing this, because last night I tried the hunter, but I ended up going with the cleric to play with my friend, because the hunter didn't really seem all that great, but that was just because I forgot about the traps, because traps are beast. Damn it, they screwed me over. They canceled out my combo. You can also enter Dainsleif mode. You can enter Dainsleif mode with any character, really. See if we can actually freeze this guy. I guess he's not freezable, but he can still eat this AoE. And again, playing without a lock-on is a terrible idea if you're playing as a hunter, so keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and drop a freeze trap here, as well as an explosive trap further ahead. Now, 1, 2, 3, combo, boom! I love this combo. Lots of fun, lots of AoE. One, two, three. Oh, damn it, I missed it. Is that hill giant still alive, really? Dude, just give it up. Now, we're really low on health, so I'm going to wait until the next kill box, and then I call kill boxes whenever they stick you in these tight spaces to fight against monsters, which happens quite often. On the next kill box, I'm going to pop Dainsleif mode to get some health back. And I think we only got one giant at this point, right? Wow, we need to get 4 more of those. I think at the end of the level, there's going to be like 3 of them or something. Oh wait, I was at the menu. I was like, why the hell is my character not doing anything? Thank you very much for sticking around. Put an explosive trap there, followed by another freeze trap here. Ah, this is great. I think that the hunter might just be my favorite class again. I mean, I realize that a lot of people are not used to seeing me play as ranged, but it's just when it's this much fun. Freeze trap. Explosive trap. Freeze! There's the AoE. Another freeze trap, another explosive trap. Ooh. There we go, takes care of this guy. And they're not giving me any kill boxes, as I've been saying. So let's go with an explosive here. Hey boys. Wake up. AoE incoming. Oh man, really, really cool. And again, it's like, I personally like these titles. Like I said, you guys know that I have a certain bias for these kinds of things, so just you always need to take my opinion on these kinds of titles with a grain of salt, which is why I like to show you guys a nice chunk of gameplay so that you can make up your minds, as opposed to just like giving you a quick look at something like this and just saying, it's awesome, I love it! Now, there are definitely problems with it, which is one of the problems is obviously, like I said, the repetition. The other problem is, like, why would you need these, like, loading screens in between these very small areas for the PlayStation 3? You clearly don't. I mean, it's just a fade. Oh, wow. Okay, you wanted a chance to use Dainsleif? Here you go. Let's get some explosions going. And I'm dead. Damn it. You can get KO'd 3 times, so that should be okay, but you really do need to be careful. Going into Dainsleif mode as the hunter is maybe not the best idea, because you cannot take the punishment and the abuse that other classes can take, and also it's not like you're going to be firing a bow point blank and getting a ton of life leech off of that. Ooh, that charge, what a beast! What the hell? Not sure I appreciate that. Get frozen. Now 1, 2, and full machine gun mode activated. Come on, come closer. I dare you. I double dare you. Didn't think so. Let's pop a potion there. Damn it, I hate getting KO'd though. It's like I almost feel like I instantly fail the mission whenever I get KO'd. That was a little bit out of range. Your range is somewhat limited. I mean, I wouldn't really consider this like a super ranged class, but it's probably about as close as you'll get to a ranged class in this title. Whoa! That was a lot of damage. You can also recover mid-air from attacks like that by pressing the jump button. Need to drink a potion here. This guy's being really hard. Thank you for dying. I'm still going to pop Dainsleif mode on the next kill. Actually, I might just pop it now. The hell with this. Ooh, dodge that. Come on. Crap, I got almost no life leech out of that. Like I said, this is definitely not the best class to use Dainsleif mode on. Well, that exploded way too soon. Okay, that's one giant down, one giant to go, I want to say. Let's try and see if we can get this freeze trap to work. Oh, he's not going to really care about the freeze trap, it seems. There we go, he's getting staggered all over the place. Which means we can abuse him, and he's gone. There we go. That was pretty challenging as a hunter, but we also have to take in mind that my hunter stuff is not upgraded at all, so I don't have my suit expanded, I don't have my bow upgraded, nothing. So I'm just like playing with basic weaponry, which is why you're seeing me do like 1 damage on this guy. See, this is the thing that I was saying. Target switching is a pain. But there we go. That is the end of the mission. Send all items to closet. You can also sell all the items in the mission, like if for whatever reason you're low on cash or something. But I would advise you to kind of save the materials that you get on each of the missions. That seems to be the more prudent way of doing things. And now I'm going to be showing you guys the class that I have played the most, which is the Cleric. I'm wondering if I should show you guys a boss fight. I might show you guys the Orc King boss fight so that you guys get an idea of what a boss fight looks like. That is one of the earliest boss fights so that I don't spoil any of the other boss fights. But yeah, I think I might show you guys a boss fight if there is no boss fight on the next thing. Either way, we're going to select the Cleric outfit, which is this one. And now my Cleric is actually using an outfit that is kind of like a magic find type deal. Because if you guys go in here and check out the bonuses that I'm getting from my merchant armor, you will see that I'm getting Salvager, so it makes it so that there are better items to be found in boxes, barrels. Treasure Hunter increases item collection radius, and if I get KO'd or if I KO enemies, I don't know. Basically, this gives you more loot. That's the idea. And then it's got low gravity and aerial fire step, which is actually something that I didn't want. I thought I took this out of the set already. So we'll change that real fast, which is this card. There's Little Glue, whatever the hell that's called. And the one that I want to put in place of that is one that gives me increased sanctuary. This. And this allows me to still put something else in there, which is going to be, what, HP? No, tension up level 1. Yeah, let's keep tension up. That's good. And the reason why I wanted to get that Sanctuary card is because it buffs one of my skills, which I will show you guys. Do we have any extra quests? No. Let's see, is there any boss fights in here? Yeah, this is probably a boss fight. No, it's not, because we need to acquire 20 of something. Reconnaissance, this is going to kill 6 hill giants. So on the last quest, we killed 5 hill giants. This time around, they wanted us to kill 6. So I'm going to go back to the first act, and we're going to fight a boss. Like, you guys have seen me fight a bunch of smaller enemies, so there's a lot of quests like that, which is, like I said, kind of like the problem of the repetition. But if you're okay with that kind of repetition, then you're going to love this title. So, what is the Cleric all about? The reason why I started playing a Cleric last night is because I could both buff my party, which is really cool when you're playing with a team, and I could also heal my party. So the Cleric actually comes with a heal. Like, if you notice there, my 3 skills, the skill that's on square, that is a buff, which I will do now to show you guys. This increases attack and defense, so that's pretty good. It does so for your entire party if they're close enough. Then we have L1 plus X. This is the Sanctuary skill that I told you guys about. This is an AoE heal. Anyone that's standing on top of these squares here is going to get healed for 300 like every second or so. And then there is just your normal regular heal, which heals for 262 anyone in your party, which is pretty damn good if you ask me. And this is the boss, Orc King. Now, I believe that you can break off different parts of his armor. And that is going to have some kind of a different effect in battle, although I'll be honest, I don't know the exact effects that breaking off each of the parts has. Now, the Cleric very much works the same way as any of the other classes. He also works by doing combos, except most of his skills are defensive, heals, or buffs, which is why this is great for party play, maybe not so much for solo play. Although I still think it's a very viable class on solo. I was wondering, it seems that you can't actually do double jump on this boss. There are bosses where they will enable you to do double jump. It's just on this one, not so much. Now, as you can see, boss fights are obviously a lot harder. They're not, this particular boss is not going to be particularly challenging. You want to run away when he does that, because that actually pulls you towards the boss, and if he hits you with that, it's going to deal a tremendous amount of damage. Dodge away. You can do dodges in the air, which is something I'm not sure I showed with the other classes. You can recover while mid-air also. So there's a lot of possibilities for aerial combat, which is something that I really, really like. Let's go ahead and... oh, it looks like he's a little bit busy there. I'm focusing pretty much all my attacks in the head, because you'd think like, well, the head's probably the most vulnerable section. I'm not exactly sure what this dance is. It seems to be some kind of a buff that he's doing to himself. Let's go ahead and heal ourselves, probably. Since we do have heal. Ah, missed me. I need to still get better used to the aerial combos of this character. We also have Dainsleaf mode available right now. It's just one of the combos that I really like to do with this character while in the air is a combo that takes quite a bit of time. And it is also not the easiest combo to get, because it's like 4 times triangle and then circle. And to do that timing whilst also maintaining a clear eye on what the boss is doing, usually I end up doing just 3 times circle. See, this is what the attack does. It charges up, and then it hits the enemy really hard. Well, let's go for Sanctuary here. as the boss just takes the, oh crap, not good, not good. Run away. It's a good thing we still had our speed step there. Okay, I think we're gonna go into dance leaf mode. The thing about it is you want to do just fast attacks. Because again, this dance leaf mode really just benefits fast attacks, which is why I'm just going for the basic stuff there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Finally! Oh, and it was the last hit and you guys didn't see it properly. But yeah, he just pulls off the mace and then he does like this AoE thing on the floor. On the floor or in the air, depending on where you are. But yeah, that's a boss fight right there. That is the Orc King gone down. Like I said, I'm not really going to show you any of the other bosses for spoiler reasons, because if you're thinking about enjoying the title for yourself, you might not want to know information about the other bosses until you actually encounter them. And yeah, this is pretty much Ragnarok Odyssey in a nutshell. Well, Ragnarok Odyssey Ace, sorry. This is pretty much Ragnarok Odyssey Ace in a nutshell. A lot of systems, a lot of content, even though some of that content is just killing a couple of smaller minions. But there are also some really cool boss fights like the one you saw now. In terms of animations, I feel that the animations both in the boss fights and in some of the characters, those animations could have been a little bit better. But again, the thing is, they're bringing a title that came directly from the Vita and was ported onto the PlayStation 3. So that is the reason why I think I noticed it that much, because on the Vita, I remember that those animations seemed just fine, but when you're looking at it on a bigger screen, it's like, yeah, those animations could have been a little bit better. But again, none of that really takes away from the game experience, in my opinion. I played a good 6 or 7 hours with a friend of mine last night. We had a blast playing it. We both had a lot of fun. We both enjoyed it. So if you enjoy these kinds of games, and if you like the gameplay that you've seen, more than likely you will enjoy it. If not, then maybe this isn't the title for you. As per usual, thank you very much for watching. Leave me your comments, feedback, all that kinds of good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one.